So I have some things I harvested from the garden on Monday, and I have been wanting to try crispy quinoa, like making it myself. I've had it before at restaurants, but what I want to do is to work with the things I harvested to add this quinoa to. So I have this rainbow Swiss chard here, and the thing that's really dope about this is we grow, I think, about 4 or 5 varieties of Swiss chard. There's, in this harvest, is yellow, pink, there's red right here, and green Swiss chard. And I was going to pickle them, but I am not the biggest fan of Swiss chard's flavor. I had posted on my Instagram that Swiss chard has a root vegetable flavor to me. I thought to try out the crispy quinoa on top of the Swiss chard, since quinoa sort of has that same earthy flavor or taste or whatever. So I'm gonna start with making that first. Just gonna rinse this off really quickly and wash it. Remember, this is the first step, is to simply cook the quinoa. So if you have leftover quinoa, I would assume that you can make you some crispy quinoa, and that's actually what I'm gonna start doing. Because I'm not the biggest fan of it, I like it, it's okay. It's like brown rice, I don't hate it. I don't wake up often saying I gotta have me some quinoa and brown rice, but it is good, it is good. And so we are going to hopefully start trying to find some really good ways to make those things, because we do have a lot of brown rice and a lot of quinoa. And I love watching the different creators who love mixing different grains with the rices that they like. So they put their quinoa, their millet, or different things of that nature with their rice cooker or their white rices, so that they can get a mixture of that fiber and the rice that they really love. Because I think we've all seen people do that before with brown rice. They'll mix brown rice and white rice, or if you go to Chipotle, you get a mix of the brown and white, so you can get a little of all that you love. So we're gonna let this cook. I'll show you guys the boiling point, and we're gonna open up this Swiss chard. All right. Whoa, it's a little wet. I need to start putting like a towel down in this. We have some Swiss chard here, guys, from my garden. Love the pink Swiss chard. Look how pretty it is. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna clean all the Swiss chard, and then I will get back to you guys, but I do want you guys to take a look at it, how pretty it is. I think this is so pretty. I'm gonna go clean this and get rid of the old ones, and then we're gonna try out the recipe that I saw on how to saute this. Well, I thought I could actually show you how I'm peeling these. Show y'all how I'm cleaning these. So I'm just grabbing them from here. That quinoa boiling. All right. So I'm just grabbing these like older leaves. We let go of the leaves, but we're gonna keep the stems. So if some of the leaves are all brown, we'll just keep the stems because the stems are really good and crunchy. So this one's all good, but I'm gonna keep that in mind to hold on to the stems because some of the leaves are a little brown, but these are good. These are good. Like a lot of these ones, I just ripped them off and let go of those, but I'll keep their really crunchy, hard stem. It'll add a nice crunch to whatever. So I don't blanch my vegetables, but I watched a bunch of people who do, and so I'm really excited about that. This is some of the yellow, or is this green? Okay. And so even though I'm letting go of these greens, I'm just gonna go through and take the stems because they are still really good. And I think that's about it. These other ones can go. This is all we lost in the harvest. And this is all we got from the harvest. So I'm going to, yeah, so we're clearly gonna use the whole thing, but we're gonna cut this stem, but I'm gonna wash them so that when I do cut them to blanch, I'm using as much as the roots of these Swiss chards as I can. So I'm gonna wash these and I will also update you on the quinoa. Okay, so we have all of this Swiss chard here, and I'm just going to show you all how I will be cutting it. That quinoa smells really good. As soon as you add a bay leaf, I definitely encourage you guys to add bay leaves to your quinoa. That has actually made it be something I added back to our diet more consistently. We would eat it very so often, but not weekly. It'd be something we'd maybe have once a month, every other month. But my hope is for it to be a large part of our weekly routine, because it used to be. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys know we used to eat quinoa like every day. Okay, this is the end result of that harvest. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Uh-oh. This would make a beautiful salad. There's a few pieces that are getting crispy. I have to remember to open this, and I think this is a glass air fryer, but I need to make sure to check on it every now and then and stir it so that it all doesn't brown only on the top, because I tasted a little bit just so you guys can hear. It's really crunchy and it's really good. It is really going to be good on top of this, and it doesn't have that quinoa like earthy taste because I boiled it with 2 bay leaves. Just gonna taste a little bit. Yeah, that's crunchy. I like that. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be yummy. So I'm just gonna watch this closely so it evenly gets crispy. There's the first round. You guys can see some of those crispy bits. This is done. This is done. So I don't feel any dry pieces. Yeah. This is done. So here's the crispy quinoa. I'm gonna let this dry. Well, not dry, but sit and cool. And now we're going to make we're gonna blanch. So cute. If you've been reading my posts about my daily walks and my garden updates, you know I was afraid about pickling this Swiss chard because it's so many different colors. These are all individual plants, but I mixed them together, and I was worried about what color they would produce if I pickled them like I did the collard greens from the garden. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of an idea that it does stain the water. But if we use the soy sauce, I'm hoping that my baby Swiss chard is not enough to, you know, overpower the color. So this is very helpful. Just want to give you guys a look at these greens here. Ooh, it's gonna be so yummy. Let's get this going. Get some more of these greens blanched. definitely going to be using this technique a lot more to blanch them. So I want to try one of these because I do know I kind of boiled them at different stages. I had added a little ice just to chill the newer, hotter pieces. There were still a few pieces of ice floating, so it lets me know the temperature is pretty good. But I'm going to start with one of these. And that's why they blanched them. Oh, it tastes good. I had complained about not being the biggest fan of the, you can taste it, but it's a little subtle and it's still sweet. I want to show you a sauce that I want to make with some tahini, but I can't open this. I'm gonna wait until my husband can open this for me, but that just means I still have a little bit left in my jar, so I'm gonna use that. But I want to be able to make a lemon and tahini dressing to go on top of this before I put the crunchy quinoa. And I'll also show you guys how the quinoa is doing. It's been chilling over here. And as you can see, okay, so here is the crispy quinoa. Now mine is tri-color, so there's a lot of different colors. There's a dark brown, I think there's our black ones, and the white quinoa. So it's 3 varieties of quinoa, but it's amazing. Like, hear the crunch. Plant-based protein. I definitely could have watched it a little bit, but thankfully we have an entire pot, so I'll be making crispy quinoa all weekend. So let me start by showing you guys the dressing. I'll have all the ingredients in a bowl. Okay, so I got it as blended as I could. I do like this little sourdough spatula. This was used to make is used to make sourdough, to scrape off your living culture. But I have some agave here. I was gonna add agave, yeah, because it was between agave and maple sugar. I tested out a few of the crispy Swiss chard with all of the ingredients just to see how I wanted to plate it, but I did think that it could use a little bit of sweetness. So something I want to buy you guys is a honeycomb so that I could I'm gonna be vegan, of course, but all right, we got us a little bit of agave. That's a little too much. I literally just want a little touch of sweetness. Like that is perfect, just a little subtle, because we have all that acidity. We have that lemon powder as well as just a little bit more. I just don't want to overpower it because agave is strong and it's super thick. And the neck, there we go, that's enough. Because there's that, in this is that white vinegar, the tahini has its own little bitter taste, and then I also put dehydrated lemon powder. And I do think it needs a little bit more pink salt, because when I tasted it, it was perfect, but I did have to add a little salt. I'll just add a little bit of salt to this, but I will salt the Swiss chard. So this is gonna be our tahini lemon vinegar agave dressing. Okay, let's get this started. So this is the Swiss chard. It has stayed chilled, and what I'm gonna do is strain it, and some of these are gonna go in the fridge so we can make some really quick Swiss chard dishes, but also so we can keep making this. I kind of feel like this is a salad. It's super crunchy. It just cooked it and took away some of the raw bite to it, and also some of the little root vegetable flavor that I'm not the biggest fan of. It's still there, but it's tamed. Okay. So this is the greens. And we're just gonna go ahead and plate this so we can try it. This still has a little agave on it, so I'm trying to make sure I don't put a block. So we have the variety of different colored Swiss chard from my garden. We'll just call it rainbow because we have all of the colors that we can try to get. Homemade tahini dressing that has agave, tahini, dehydrated lemon powder, a little pink salt. Also added a little bit of olive oil to help it blend a little bit. I don't think I showed that on camera. But let's taste this. Let's grab us a little bit. Let's get some of the leaves. I forgot to salt the Swiss chard, so I'm just gonna put a little pink salt on the top to make all those flavors pop. This is really good. Oh, I want to have this one here. Now let's be a little trifling. Watch this. Because the crunch you guys are hearing is actually how crispy the Swiss chard is. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Let's do it. This is so good, you guys. And I think that'll add a little extra protein. I'm gonna save the last pieces of tofu for my husband so he can try it tonight as well. Thanks for joining me.
Wow.
Good. Take another bite. How was it with the tofu and the dressing?
Slim. That's a salad right there. Wow.
And I was just deciding that we weren't going to grow it anymore. So should we keep growing it? It makes me so happy. You like it. I couldn't wait for you to try it. I really could not wait. I was like, oh, he's going to like this. This is something he will order.